Okay, so I'll start by screen sharing. Okay, we did say this is going to be a bit of question and answer, but there was a lot of questions around rank advancing. So I just want to just go into a little bit of information on that, if you don't mind. So rank advancing means moving through the levels within doTERRA. So doTERRA has lots of different ranks that you can achieve, and the way that you make more money is by working your way through those ranks. First of all, we need to understand what PV means. So it says, what does PV stand for? PV stands for personal volume. Each doTERRA product has been assigned a value of PV. So when you purchase doTERRA products, your PV increases. So depending on what the product is, depends what PV value is attached to it. And when we're looking at the ranks, it's based on what your PV is. So, you know, that's important to understand. So how to rank. So the first rank, everyone joins and everyone is classed as a wellness advocate. That's just the title that people are given. Now, to get onto the first step of the ladder, it's to get to the manager rank. So to do that, a wellness advocate becomes a manager when they purchase at least 100 PVs. That's the PV we're talking about, so like 100 points that have been attached to products, and have an OV, so that's like a collective team volume. It's sometimes known as an overall volume of 500 PV. So you need to do 100 yourself, and then anyone in your team makes up the 500. So that's the description of manager. So I've just put on the right hand side there, you know, the first thing you need to do for ranking, you need to be placing orders yourself, because all the ranks require you to have personal volume. So that's the first thing. And then you need to connect with people. So this is finding people that we can work with. We then nurture those people. We invite them onto presentations. And then once we've invited enough people on presentations, the ratio still for me is still about 1 in 3, 1 in 4. For people that attend a presentation will come on board and join the team. So then we can enroll them into the team, and then we teach them what we know. So we're just passing the word on of everything we know, pass all our knowledge on to them so that they can go on and do the same as what we're doing. So it talked on there, so Daniel talked a little bit about placing orders and about how to place an LRP order when he did the presentation last week. But when it talks to connecting, again, we've talked about it a little bit on previous calls, but just to briefly just go over that for new people especially. Connecting to somebody, it's finding somebody that you can talk to about doTERRA that might have an interest in coming and joining the team. The cheapest way, the fastest way to do it, the most effective way to do it is to chat to people that you know. Not everybody's super comfortable at doing that. Some people, we call them secret agents. They like to do things a little bit on the slide to start with until they start moving through the ranks and earn some money. But it is a really effective way to speak to people that you know. And when we first got started in doTERRA, we kind of like put a post out on Facebook and let people know what we were doing. And I know that some people saw that post when it originally got posted, and it was over 6 months later before they actually contacted me and said, oh, yeah, I remember that you joined something. Are you still doing it? How's it going? Can you tell me a bit more information about it? So it's all kind of like planting seeds, and just let people know what you're doing, and having a conversation with them, you know, if they're interested in more information. And it's just like recommending a good restaurant. So you don't have to be like a really hard sell to your friends and family. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to sit them down and say, I'm going to do this presentation with you. It doesn't have to be like that. It's just like recommending a good restaurant. If you go to a restaurant, you really enjoyed it, you get good service there, then you just want to tell your friend, oh, actually, I went for a really nice meal the other day, I had a really good customer service, you know, I really enjoyed the food. And it's just like this with doTERRA. So you get the products, you tell them that you really enjoy the products, you really enjoy the team, you really enjoy the team spirit, the connections and learning and growing and improving your own health. And just passing that information on. And some people will be interested in that, and other people will try and just brush off a little bit. You can also connect with people that you don't know. So this is where you'll rely a little bit more on us as a team to help you do this. There's loads of different ways we can find people that you don't know that you can work with. So you really need to speak to your enroller. That's the person who's looking after you in doTERRA, the person who enrolled you and did your enrollship with you. That they can help show you the different ways to find people on social media and by other methods as well. You can also join the ad pool. The ad pool runs every single month. It's just a continual thing that runs. I'll speak to you a little bit more about that at the end of this little training. But if you are in the ad pool, then you will receive leads in for people that are interested in coming joining presentations, people are interested in more information, and people that just like a little bit of a chat about it or have some questions about it. And we can show you how to nurture those leads and get those people onto presentations that then turn into people enrolling and grows into your team growing. And so then you can teach those people as well. So we talked about what you need to do for manager. So you need to have at least 100 PV, and then collectively as a team, you need to have an overall team turnover of 500 PV. There's a few different ways you could do this. Oh, sorry, on this one, there's not. It's really a case of just do it by yourself. Sorry, it's on the next one. So you can do it by yourself by placing a 100 PV order. And you'll see as you type your order in, you'll see what the PV is. It shows you at the bottom on the column on the bottom. So you just keep an eye on that, make sure it's over 100. If you also enroll 2 people in a month on a Home Essentials kit, then your overall volume for that month, including your own 100 PV, is going to be 549. So you've done your 100, and you've got a team collective overall volume of over 500 because you've got 549. So that's going to see you at the manager rank. Now the bonuses you'll pick up at the manager rank, you'll pick up loyalty rewards program bonuses based on your own order that you've got. So if it's just your first month, again, Daniel spoke a little bit about the loyalty rewards program last week. So if you've missed that training, go and have a watch of that, then you'll understand this a little bit better. But if you've got 100 PV going through, on your first month, you would pick up a 10% payback on that order. You'll also pick up fast start bonuses on the 2 Home Essentials kits because you've now enrolled somebody. Those people we describe it that they're on your level 1, and so you'll pick up 20% on those kits, and they'll be paid as fast start bonuses directly to you. So this is what it might look like. It's very much like a family tree in doTERRA. So you can imagine you're the parents, and then when you enroll 2 people, it's like you just had 2 kids. So then you got to look after them, just like look after kids. So yeah, that's how you can see it. Sometimes it's easy to visualize it that way. So you can see there's you, those that you 100 points, and each person, each kit would have been worth 224.5 PV, which is how we've collectively got the over 500 PV. So that's what that would look like. The next rank is the director rank. So a manager, so that's the previous rank, becomes a director when they purchase at least 100 PV again. So it's the same as last month. But this month you have an overall volume of over 1,000 PV. So now we're just increasing that 500 right up to 1,000. So now there is a couple of options for doing this. Now you could do it yourself. So you could place, now I've said 102 points, and you'll see why in just a second. So that's your 100 PV order. And if you enroll 4 people in a month, if you enroll 4 people on the Home Essentials kit, it comes in just under, I think it will be 898. No. 998, and so you need, is that right? No, 898. It is 898. 898, and so you needed the 2 to round up to the 1,000 points for you to qualify at director. So that's you personally enrolling 4 people. Now that's fine, but there's other ways that we can do it as well. So it doesn't all have to be your responsibility. on this example, your bonuses that you pick up would be the loyalty reward program for your order again. So the loyalty reward, so again, if you in your first 3 months, it would be 10% of the 102 PV. And you'd also get the fast start bonuses on the 4 enrollment kits because you've enrolled 4 people that month. So your team could look like this. So there's you with your 102 points. The 2 people that you introduced last month, let's just say for this example that they did nothing the following month. But then you've introduced 4 people. So you've introduced person 3, 4, 5, and 6, each on a kit. And so that would give you the volume that you needed to be able to do that. Another option for doing that, it gets a little bit wordy now, but you can place 125 PV LRP order. So what that means is that you've got 125 points is like the value of the products. The LRP order means it's not just like a one-time order, but you've got it set up as an LRP order, which is like the rolling order. Those are the ones that get the extra bonuses on. So again, you know, that's why it's important to watch that LRP video so you understand the difference between a one-time order and an LRP order. So we're talking about LRP orders now. So yeah, so 125 point LRP order, and then you can help your 2 new people, so that's from the month 1, set up their 125p LRP orders. And one reason why it's good for it to be 125 points is because you get the free product of the month. So, you know, if you're going to have it sat at 100, 105, you know, it's worth it just to increase it up a little bit to get that free product of the month each month. And so you've helped those 2 people set up there as well. So there's now you and them have all got the LRP order set up. You could also enroll 2 more people on a Home Essentials kit, and then help your 2 new people that you've just set up on the LRP to also just enroll 1 person each. So this is kind of now you duplicating. So you've shown them how to set everything up just like you set it up, and now you're teaching them how to enroll people underneath them. And we're just, you know, being realistic about it, and we're just putting 1 person on there. We're not saying they have to enroll 10 people or anything like that. Let's just say 1. And that volume would be well over 1,000. So, you know, you'd be smashing through that level. It'd be coming out at 1,273. Now, I just want to explain the bonuses that you'd pick up from this. So you'd get the loyalty reward program for your own order, just like you did previously. You'd also get fast start bonuses at 20% on the 2 LRP orders from your 2 new people. So they're the people that have set the LRPs up because they're on your level 1. So you pick up 20% fast start bonus on them. You'd also pick up 20% fast start bonus on the 2 people that you personally enroll. All right, because they're also on your level 1. You will also pick up 10% on the people that have been enrolled on your 2nd level. So the people that have set the LRP up, they've enrolled 1 person each, and those people are then going to be on your 2nd level. So it's almost like your grandchildren, if you imagine it like that. And you pick up 10% on their kits. So that's how that bonus will be made up. So this is what it looks like laid out. And you can see you there with your order, your person 1 and 2 with their orders, and then you've put person 3 and 4 in there. And then you can see that person 1 in the white has enrolled person 1 in the blue, and person 2 in the white has enrolled person 2 in the blue. It gets really complicated. So I'm saying, you know, it's hard to get your head around it. It's even harder for me to try and explain it. But it's just a case of we'll just keep going over this, you know, until it sinks in as to how it all works. A better way to do it, I'm going to flick through between the 2 a little bit. Pardon me. So you've got your 2 people that we call it front line, so that they're on your level 1, the front line to you. And then you've put your 2 new people on level 2. But a better way to do it would be to put 1 of those people on your level 1. Now, the reason for that, and we're getting into placements a little bit, and we'll cover placements on a completely different presentation because that gets even more complicated. But it's really important as to how, like, to make sure you're picking up all your bonuses. So we'll talk that through with you. Don't worry that we haven't done it yet, because we are keeping an eye on your teams. So if we see something amiss and see that something needs moving, we'll let you know. So don't worry about it right now about placements, because yeah, we're watching out for that for you. So the reason that you'd put your person 3 here is because then you're putting yourself in line for then also picking up the power of 3 bonus. So to pick up a power of 3 bonus, you have to have 3 people on your front line with an LRP order. Now this person's order, person 3, this isn't an LRP order, this is their enrollment order. So for this month, it wouldn't count, so you wouldn't get power of 3. But if you think that they're a person that's going to set up the LRP the same as your other 2 people, I'd put them there, because next month when they put their LRP order through, then you're setting yourselves up for power of 3. The only thing that would be a little bit amiss on this example is that to get power of 3, you need 600 points volume between you 4 people. On this example, it's not that, it's only 500. So you'd need another 100 points in here somewhere. It could either be, you could increase your own a little bit, or maybe they decide that they want some extra products, they might put through 180 and that's going to help increase it, or whatever. But collectively, it just needs to be a little bit more than 125 each. And that's how to get your first level of power of 3. If you'd have put that person under there, you're not going to get your power of 3 because you've got no one here that's going to put an LRP order in place. So then you'd have to wait till you enrolled another person. Okay, so now onto the executive rank. So again, very similar. The first few ranks are very similar. You can just see how they go up. So it's 100 PV yourself again, so that's not changed. But this time, instead of 1,000 PV, you've now got 2,000 PV. So you just need to, your team just needs to be a little bit bigger. So it's just carry on doing what you've been doing. Now, I've not put an example of what this could look like, because your team starts going a little bit crazy, because you've not just got yourself enrolling people, you've also got person 1 enrolling people, you've got person 2 enrolling people, you've got person 3 enrolling people, you've got person 4 enrolling people, and people can end up all over the shop. So I'm not even going to try and draw it out for you, because everyone's team at that point can look so different from other people's teams at that point. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It can just get a little bit confusing. But that's the target. So you can see that you need 100 PV, so you can take care of that, and then you can see what LRP orders are going through. They all count towards that, and then see how many kits or how many enrollments need to happen within the team, and work with people in your team to try and get those enrollments in that month. And you can keep an eye on how close you are to that in your back office. So when you log in with your account number and your password, your back office is there, and it shows you how much more you need to do to reach that rank. So it's worth having a look, and it's just nice to be able to keep an eye on figures and see how people are doing. But the key here really is that you really need to be speaking to the people that's enrolled you, because it's in their interest as well that you do well and you start moving through the ranks, because that helps them move through the ranks. And doTERRA is very, very much about that. You can't succeed just on your own. It's going to take you a very, very long time to do it all by yourself. You have to start working as a team. You have to start telling people where you need help, telling people maybe where your weaknesses are, or what you're not quite so comfortable at doing, so we can see what you are comfortable at doing, and work with you, help you nurture these leads, help you get people onto these presentations, help enroll people, and make sure the information is getting passed on so they're being taught as well. The final one I just want to show you, obviously the ranks go on much, much more than this, but the final one, again, it's just another step. So it's 1,000 PV, 100 PV yourself, and an overall volume of 3,000. So again, it's just a step on because the previous one was 2,000, so it's just going up to 3,000. Now, after Elite, it changes a little bit in the fact that it's then not based on overall volume. You still have to do your 100 PV yourself, but then it's based on you helping people rank underneath you at the different levels. So then, like I said, the focus very much becomes on you helping people in your team after Elite. So just briefly, I just wanted to just explain how the compensation is paid. The Fast Start and uni level commissions are based on something called commissionable volume, and it's known as CV. Now, it's not, you don't see a lot about CV. It's not on all the documentation that doTERRA have, but you need to understand that CV is different to PV. So if you're trying to calculate your commissions on PV, the figures aren't going to add up. It's not going to be right. The figures are based on CV. Now, collections and kits, the CV does differ a little bit compared to CV of single oils, but just because there's like discounts included and things in that, so you just need to check what that is. But the general rule of thumb in the UK is that to convert a PV value to CV value, you can multiply it by 0.6374. So it's a very random figure, but UK leaders, it's accurate within a penny generally to make that conversion. Now, there's also a price list available online that has that CV value. You just Google search for doTERRA UK price list with CV, and it brings it up. I think it's called like a builder's price list or something like that. And you can go on, and there's a whole column. You can see the CV value for every product. Now, CV doesn't really matter to you unless you're trying to calculate how much commission you've made. If you're trying to calculate that, then you need to know CV. If you're like me, I've only just learned about CV, I'd say, in the last 3 months. So I've managed to get all the way to this point in my business without even knowing what it is. Our personal feeling was, well, we can see what goes into the bank. So as long as that's going up, I don't care how the commission's made up. As long as that figure's increasing, I'll just be naive about it. But if you're somebody that likes to know your figures, likes to know exactly where you stand with everything, then this is how you work it out. So just to give an example of the CV, a Home Essentials kit is 170.5 CV. So if you were to enroll somebody on a Home Essentials kit on your first level, you'd make 20% Fast Start bonus. And that works out to be about £34.10 commission, or 612 Rand that you'd earn for enrolling somebody personally. Now, obviously, you can work out from that if you've got like a little target you want to set yourself of, I know, maybe you wanted to achieve 5,000 Rand a month, then you can see how many enrollments you'd need to do. If it was all just based on your own work, you can see how many enrollments you do based on those figures. But as I've showed you, it can be a little bit more complex than that, because it's not just you enrolling. Once we've started sharing the word and teaching people how to do it, then other people in the team will enroll as well. And then you've also got those added bonuses coming from them. So the payment of bonuses. All bonuses except the Fast Start process once a month, and it's normally between the 15th and the 20th of the month. I didn't actually write it on there, but the computers that doTERRA have, they scan the system at random points in the month to make sure that your account has got over 100 points on a loyalty reward program order sat there. If your computer hasn't got that 100 points sat on there when the scan happens, you will not pick up your bonuses for that month. So that is really, really important. If you're wanting to pick up all the bonuses that are due to you, you need to have 100 PV loyalty reward program sat there. Even if you didn't want to process 100 points that month, maybe you're just a little bit short of cash or for whatever reason, and you wanted to maybe only order 50 points, then leave 100 points on the system right up until the moment that you want to place the order, then change the order to make it 50 points, process it at 50 points, and then before you leave the computer, put it back to 100 points again, just so it's sat there ready for the next month on 100 points. Just so the way the computer scans, you know, like I said, you're not going to miss out. Okay, where was I? Fast Start is paid on a weekly basis. So you'll see this getting paid into your account, and it's based on any new people that are enrolled. It's processed every Wednesday for the previous week. So it's not the week that you're in, but it's for the previous week. All bonuses are paid into your AR balance. So again, if you go onto your back office, there's on the dashboard, I believe it is, down in the bottom left, it says AR balance, and it will show you a figure in there if you've picked any bonuses up so far. So that's where they'll go into. Now you can spend your AR balance on anything in doTERRA. So whether you want to use it towards your loyalty reward program, order, or single oils, or whatever you want to process with that AR balance, you can use it for that. If you don't use it that month, then it will still sit there. doTERRA aren't going to take it away from you. That's your earnings. So they're not going to take it away from you. It'll just sit and it'll just keep accumulating. I know there's quite a few people in the team that are just using it every month to kind of subsidize the LRP orders, which is fantastic. And that's exactly what we used it for until we got to a point where we were earning more than our LRP order was costing us, in which case then we transfer the balance into our bank account every month. Now, you've not got that option at the moment to transfer into your bank accounts because you've got unless you've got a UK bank account, in which case you can, but I think that's quite unlikely. So, but once we're launched, you'll be able to do that because you'll have South Africa accounts and you'll be able to transfer into your South Africa bank account. Or you can leave it to rack in your AR balance, and then you just send them a message or an email whenever you'd like them to transfer it into your bank, and they can do it that way as well. So that's just a little bit of a insight into your AR balance. The loyalty reward program, the rewards that come from that will be paid into your points. Now, your points is a little bit higher up on the screen on that back office, in kind of like not quite top left, but yeah, kind of over to the top left. And it shows you how many points you've accumulated, and you can redeem those against products. And again, Daniel spoke about that when he did the loyalty reward program training last week. Okay, so oops, just gonna stop the share. So nice to see that you're all still awake. Okay, has anybody got any questions that they want to ask? Feel free to unmute yourself so you don't have to mess around typing. Are we all good?
Mesh, can you just confirm that the LRP points, they expire after a year, is that right? And that's the calendar year of you enrolled in, not a calendar year, it's the year that you've enrolled from day to date, am I correct?
It's for the LRP points, so it's not the AR balance, the LRP points, they will stay in your account for a year from when they were earned.
And that's a calendar year or the year that we registered?
Yeah, a calendar year from when you earned the points. So it's not about
okay.
registration, it's about when you earned those points.
Okay.
So there's plenty of time to spend them. I mean, we have to let those points accumulate quite a lot because there is a small admin charge on, like a really, really small admin charge on redeeming those points. So there's no point redeeming 10 points against an oil and then next month redeeming another 10 points against an oil because you're just going to get charged two lots of admin. So we just save it all up till we've got like a really decent amount and we just go shopping and we just get a whole order for free because we just redeem them all against an order. It's quite nice. Daniel loves it. Daniel's the oil shopper in our house. He's like, is there anything that you wanted? I was like, oh yeah, thanks for thinking about me.
And then you mentioned the other night too that ordering oils against your points is much more cost effective than ordering other products.
Yeah.
Is that just because of the PV volume?
Yeah, it's just because of PV. Yeah, because of PV value that's against different products. Oils are quite standard against the PV conversion, but when you come to things like supplements, they differ quite a lot. And when you look at things like, I was going to say like the shampoos and things, but I don't think they're too bad on the conversion. But you just need to look. You just need to look to make sure you're getting a good deal with it. And if you need help, that is what we're here for. Please just ask. If you go in there and you think, I want to spend these points, but I have no idea what I'm doing, or I don't know if I'm getting a good deal here, please just ask one of us and we'll come log into your back office with you and we'll look. Don't mind doing that at all. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the recording there.